Hello. Why aren't you working? Oh. I disappeared myself. You did get... I saw that. That's still running. But, that's okay. I'll leave the warnings on the screens for a bit. At least I think ads are still running. I can never tell sometimes. Like, I have two screens that I'm looking at for telling me about what's going on my stream. One of them says ads are running, one of them says they're not. But anyway. Okay, ads should be finished now. So, I have played the demo of this. I have never played the full game. So let's go. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. I like when there's no wrong decisions. Right. Let's... I don't know what any of that is about. Let's turn music down a little bit. Guess that's all okay. Let me know, everybody, if you want something changed. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Ooh, there's lots of options. What? 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 The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Oh. Yeah, right. I mean, if the world's going to end, because if I don't slay Princess, then sweet. I've always wanted to offer monarch. Vive la révolution.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Who are you?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Stop, 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 stop. Stop.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Probably. You'd rather be dead than, alive, if there's a little bit of rot in the air.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It me!
She sounds
I've come
dangerous.
for a murder.
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
She is, isn't she?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh. Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Oakley dokley.
You walk down the stairs
Step,
and lock eyes with the princess.
step.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Step.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Oh, is she really a princess? Who knows?
Focus on the task at hand.
Hello, Chaos Gremlin. Come on then. Oh, have you come to help me slay the princess? Oh. So, I can't remember much. Much about the demo, other than there's loads of different, outcomes and stuff, depending on what you choose to do.
And there you are. Are you
Step,
here to
step, step,
kill
step,
me
step.
or something?
Step. Okay, yeah, you got me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't
step,
a good
step.
idea.
Step.
Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
Yeah, clean slate. Well, like I say, I can't. The demo was a long while ago. I can't really remember it
She's right, we should.
that well.
We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare.
I'm not gonna.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten your grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Step.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I could throw it.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too
Two
late.
arms.
End this.
You sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I think you mean the four of us, because there's at least 3 people in my head. Me, and a narrator, and a hero. Slay the
You
princess.
charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
Oh, my jugular.
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Step. Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep
Got
into
it.
the princess's heart.
Step.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together,
She's
rapidly
got
bleeding out.
massive eyes. She must have no brain in there. Her whole head is just eyeball.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder... Do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
Huh?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Cool game. Game over. Done. What shall I play next? Oh, hello. Chapter 2, The Razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So from memory, Chapter 1 was the only thing in the demo. And when you got to the end of Chapter 1, you basically start Chapter 1 again and just choose different options and stuff.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
How many people are there in my brain?
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Yeah, there's a lot of us in here.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
What? I don't know what face that is. Is that a face I make? I don't know what face that is. You'll have to clip me doing it, and then maybe I can. Or put a screenshot of me doing it in the Discord. I do it all the time, do I? I don't know what faces I make. Okay.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
No, I did listen to you. I did exactly what you said.
We did exactly what you said.
Me and the hero, same wavelength.
Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Well, you said last time around didn't happen. So how could it have consequences if it didn't happen?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Dude, I don't know.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just Get out of here. At least you know not to trust her, but you do realise that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else.
Yeah, but if I'm doomed either way.
She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're
she can.
careful, we can win this. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
I'm getting really self-conscious about my face now, Villa. So thanks for that. I'm like, what expressions am I doing? Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Who locked her in this basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is.
Okay, that explains
It's
things.
a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Yeah, that answers all my questions then. Cool, yeah. If people locked her away, why didn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I mean, I know I'm special.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are.
Excuse me.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
You got my hair up your nose, mister.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Because we got bored of making stickers?
If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick she pulled on us.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though.
That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
We killed each other last time round. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me.
I did, though!
Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
That's what I did last
Oh,
time.
and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
All she did last time was stab me to death. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
Well, I guess that's all then, innit?
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okie dokie.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Focus. Focused.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess
Oh
of
dear.
warped wood and broken boards, their splintered
dear.
edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's
What's
a
that?
table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
What's that then?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
I care about whether I'm being lied to.
As do I. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Alright.
You take the blade from the table.
Step.
It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Step.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
I'm going to ignore the mirror for now. I'm going to kind of play this through like the narrator wants me to, at least to start with. See how it goes. And do my job. Oh, mirror went.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been
This doesn't
stairs.
look safe.
The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Is she even chained up? We can't tell.
I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Nope. Step. So many options. Screw it.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second.
But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
My meat.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
See me and the hero.
Hers, at first, then yours.
Hehe.
How? What did she even hit us with?
You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with.
Wait, those are my hands.
And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago.
What
It's still
the
lodged in her leg,
hell?
emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it?
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, this is
You're
going
on a
well, I
path
think.
in the woods.
Am
No,
I?
fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho!
I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an
Who are
option
you?
anymore. We have to fight.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many
This
times?
is time number 3.
This is our third?
See, me and the hero. Well, I mean, I just feel like I am the hero. I am a hero anyway. We know that.
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction.
I feel like
right?
the first time we didn't fail. I mean, we died as well, but we got her.
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
But there isn't even a door now.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before
Step,
letting
step,
me
step.
finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Stabby, stabby, stab.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
Gonna slay this princess if it's the last thing I do.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
Uh-huh.
We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
Yeah, we might.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
I know what doors are, I just don't see one.
But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Well, I guess we're approaching the mirror then.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
Wasn't
It
a mirror.
creaks
The
open.
narrator was right.
And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and
It's-
metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Whee!
Your body tumbles onto the
Hiya.
basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hey, stab, stab, stab.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Stab, stab, stab.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time.
Stab,
That's
stab,
part of the
stab,
fun.
stab.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks
Stop,
we're
stop, stop,
going
stop,
down
stop,
easy
stop.
again.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come
Fair
of it.
point.
We just need to find a way to win once.
Yeah, let's source code this shit.
Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
Did they though?
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms
the hell is
erupt
wrong with
twin
this
blades
princess?
glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Yeah, we're going to fight her again, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it.
Yes, yes, this is the best idea anyone has ever had. Yeah, sure, why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
Pain is good. It's how we stay alive.
Or not.
Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Do your worst. I bet you can't even hurt me. No, I'm not going to goad her.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
The princess closes the distance and
arms
we
of a
dodge.
flippy.
And you dodge.
Nice.
And we fight back.
Yeah, we do.
And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast.
Stabby, stabby, stab.
But let's see how
Stab,
fast
stab,
you
stab,
really
stab,
are.
Stab, 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 stab. Stab, stab, stab.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow. Yes, yes, this is exactly it.
Stab, 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 stab.
But the dance couldn't last forever.
No.
All it takes is a single clumsy moment.
Well.
She skewers you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And? Does it hurt?
Little bit.
No.
Oh.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I don't know, dude.
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
Did we though?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
Like here? In this situation? This is the first.
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another... us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Really?
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us.
Yeah,
All
I'm
we
with him.
need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Dude, you're all tangled in my cable, thank you.
As long as we keep moving, why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little mind hole goes.
I mean, I think it might be sending us
shall we?
crazy.
Come on, show me something new.
All of these ideas suck. Yeah, I'm not just... none of those are good. Yeah. Doesn't work, and she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
None of this is working. Think. Think. She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. And then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
What's the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
She's a capable woman with her arms flopping.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Just panic. Flee.
Flee to where?
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
Yeah, things with teeth like that often listen to reason.
She skewers you. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 4. 4. Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honour, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
And we've got the knife.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die.
They're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
I mean, we've died like a bazillion times at this point. What does a few more matter, right?
The only thing we're going to manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... Yeah, leave it to the pros.
Oh,
We'll
shit.
notch up that win in no time.
How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them?
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more... Fine,
Oh.
I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Maybe I should put auto on.
Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Very much no.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it, though. Just you wait, and not for very long.
Hey,
because
Falcon.
I'm going to do it right now.
It's a very weird game, but it's good.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the
Okay,
walls.
yeah, that's new.
All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
They're great.
Are you ready for
descriptions,
what
aren't they,
comes
from Frosty?
next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Don't think there's any
That
windows.
looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This
Because we
is
can
all
stab the heart.
fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a
Stab,
back
stab, stab.
anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
We've died like a million times already. It's
This
fine.
is
We just
all
come back
just
to
a
life again.
sick joke. I
It's not a
hate
problem.
existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done.
Stab, stab,
Forget
stab,
it.
stab, stab.
This
All right,
is all
sir.
just
Empty your mind.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else. Stabby, stabby, stab.
You're incredible.
Uh-huh! Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm of free of thought and free of self. I feel like we did, Falcon. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo and then an opening. Yes! Stabby stab! Your blade strikes free of volition and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. And I got an achievement! Oh, did I slay the princess? You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's me! You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. What? Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. I mean, I'm not. It looks like I'm really tiny and on someone's head. There's a little knit. Approach her. What? What happened there?
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You got a lot of arms all of a sudden. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Huh? Solitary lights, what do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Huh? The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Look, I'm just making conversation at this point. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole.
So,
And perhaps then we
do
will
I have
know
to
our
keep
freedom.
playing to bring her more different versions of the princess, maybe? How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I
Okay.
am infinite. The rest will find their own way
So
home.
somewhere between 1 and infinity. Cool. I was sent to slay the princess, stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Alright.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1. Oh, shot vessel, bring the razor full to her. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so this is like New Game Plus, right? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you the princess is locked up because...
Can I make it always auto? I guess not.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
I didn't know princesses came from eggs.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
I'm gonna just turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
That's what I said.
Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Hey, Deathclaw, how are you
Ignore that
doing?
annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Good. Maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well.
Is it? Oh, I keep clicking, that's why auto keeps turning off.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for
doing good,
superstition
thanks.
or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated
I wanted to play
confrontation
Sherlock
with
tonight,
the princess.
but my PlayStation wouldn't talk to my computer. So I played some Sticky Business and now I'm playing this. Oh yeah, well I guess I'll start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Excuse me.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to
But
happen.
I've got tomorrow off work and Friday off work. So
At first, it's little flickers
Everything
out
is
of the
good.
corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you
Look,
start to
cabins!
realise that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
I don't know.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Pretty much.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh dear. Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
So my first run
If you
was
don't,
doing what the narrator
it
said
will be the
every time,
end
just
of
trying
the
to slay the
world.
princess. This run, I'm going to try to not go in the cabin every time. And then I'll do some runs that are like middly. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Yeah, let's do it.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
The task ahead is annoying the narrator. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she?
Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
You said that already.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He might have walled off everything if by ruining the world hasn't...
Right. I'm gonna lie. Yeah. Okay. Into the cabin now, or I'm definitely gonna slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying,
Oh.
right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
As am I.
Let's keep an open mind.
Oh, I can't not go there. That's annoying.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Nope.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I mean, it did us no good last time.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, You cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Are we now?
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Fair point.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Yeah.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Okay, I'm fine.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
I'm not going to take the knife. No, let's look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
It's a mirror.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipey wipey. Oh,
You
it
reach
went.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago,
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Okay, well, I'm not taking the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Oh, don't be such a baby.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And
We
he
did.
threw up a wall.
He did.
No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what's that?
We're fucked.
That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
There'll still be plenty of ways
Oh, yeah, that
to
as well.
ruin his day.
Oh, harsh stairs to the left, and I want to take the soft stairs.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like
Lovely.
there's any concern you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your
no.
knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
Sounds nice though.
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
Oh, but comfort and nothingness though.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
What's happening? Comfort and nothingness.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Hi.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Uh-huh.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems... normal.
Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures, and where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
Can we?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of it.
Yeah, let's do it. How is that all one thing? There's more of you now.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
There's 3 of her now.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling.
No.
You're obviously just making things worse.
Yes. What's your name?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
But I'm around now.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
So that all highlights. I don't understand it. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right?
You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
Because I want to see how many we can make.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore.
Don't think you're supposed to.
We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
If I let you out of here, what are you going to do?
Are you looking for the truth? Or are you looking for the right answer?
Huh? Just trying to make more
Want
of
me
you.
to
There we
say
go.
That I'd be a good person? I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't
Yeah,
it?
she's the best one.
Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
I mean, I have to do all of it, I guess.
Wait, that's not right. Go on.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Doing all the things!
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Falls apart?
I think he's gone.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got 7 fingers on that hand.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all
Don't
so
look good.
uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
I think we probably did, yeah.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I don't know. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. Ooh. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. He's just messing with us. Right?
Approach. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's me! I've grown. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own.
Okay, so does that mean that I
They are
can't, like,
useless to us
accidentally
now. Inaccessible.
go through it and do the
The
same
only
ending
paths
twice?
of value are
That's quite
those
good.
that are yet untread.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Maybe I'll try and free her next time. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walk. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
I wasn't going to mourn them. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that, too. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Some people are very much not kind to things they find that aren't like them. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
We'll meet again. Don't know when, don't know when. Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the stranger to her. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Right, it is time for a break. So I'm going to have a break. I will be back in 3 minutes or so for some more ways to slay and or not slay the princess. I'll see you then.
I'm out! Oh God, I'm out! Oh, you there! Please help me!
Hey, back up! Hey, back!
Yes, that's it!
What?
Yeah!
Naysay's stream, and it's quite cool that she shows clips of other people's channels so you can kind of see if you like them or not. I mean, it's a random clip from the channel, so sometimes they're a bit pointless and boring, but sometimes they're good. You can try my spoop counter though. If you type !spoop, it'll count how many times I've been. Do you need me to? Should I leave you three alone? I'm not sure. Didn't do any of it. Do not worry, Miss Turpentine. Oh. God damn it! No. There's a house. Okay. Ah! Okay. We're good. We're good. Amazingly, Euclid's still on my lap. He thought about leaving. Nope, 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 nope. That'll be a nope. Can't cope with. Diddle-doo, doo, doo, doo.
All right then, let's go rob some fools.
Let's do it.
Good job finding this spot. You found it too. I wouldn't
Are you-
have.
are you
had to
okay?
Talk me into it.
Are you alright? I don't know why clip didn't work. It should work. So what was it? Like 0.2 something inches? That was quite dramatic.
Worry not.
I was not expecting him to explode when I stabbed him. Two down. What? Do I? Oh, I do! I do got this! Oh, I remember this place. Yeah. Things went down. Ayo. Right. Let's zoom through stuff we've seen already.
You're here.
Do I get a reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
You tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
So let's try and free her this time round, shall we? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up. A warning. She will...
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is a blade.
I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from...
But I'm not going to stab her.
The door to the basement, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it...
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
Yeah.
Don't
cool.
you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Very true. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
If it helps, this isn't the start. We've already dealt with you twice, but sure. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I mean, you did turn into a beating heart inside of a bunch of knives a few universes ago, so wouldn't call you safe. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I have a few more questions.
Fine. What do you want to know?
Oh. Apparently I don't have a few more questions.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're...
Oh. Let's examine the chains.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay, I'll check upstairs.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Uh-oh!
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Hey, let me out of here!
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
No.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
A little bit.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
What, like cut your hand off? Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
I would have done it this end, but sure.
You cut into her flesh.
She doesn't look like she's bothered.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Alright.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
No.
Watch me.
No. Oh, they're not all slay the princess. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive!
Resist.
The blade! Move
No.
the blade!
No.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Seriously, no room for brain in there. Think about how big, like, the sphere of the eyeball would be. There's no space for brain.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Maybe.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Oh.
This is the end, isn't it?
No.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Yeah. Oh, you bastard. You're infant. No, I think I've done that before, but I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Alright. We'll go to the cabin.
A warning.
Yeah.
She will lie.
Yeah.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
My camera's lagging, isn't it? Let me see if I can fix that. I'll be back. I mean, I'm still here. Better. Oh. I pressed the wrong button and closed it again. Anyway.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed. Right, we're still going to try and free her. Yeah, not like...
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly
Okay,
as
we're
she
not going to be able
moves.
to cut you out of this.
The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Oh, yeah.
Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Yep, sure. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
In a sit where I was told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Whoa, I'm just looking at the achievements for this. There's 97 achievements. Whew. And I've got 7 of them. Whew. Anyway. What? What?
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe
I'm
I
trying
wanted
to free
be
her,
the
Bella.
first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I fish.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Anyway, can we free her
Just
now?
give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
But you might be.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
The other chain on the wall, who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
I mean, I could.
Maybe it'll fit.
Maybe it will.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains.
Yeah.
We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
I was only inspecting
And what?
it.
Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am.
Inspect.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism.
Oops.
Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Oh dear.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Oh.
Yes.
I got an achievement for it though.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What
I
are we
mean,
supposed
it's
to
not
do
very
now?
funny.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
Yeah. So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
What should we do? I spy with my little eye something beginning with K.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
At least the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Are you enjoying the passage of time, Villa?
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger. And larger.
Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Oh, sauce compass.
Still rude.
You continue to
Oi.
wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Come on. Good lad.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Well, that was easy.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Sometimes. Oh. Another ending. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Free. The camera's lagging again.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
I mean, it is for you, yeah.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Feels too good to be true.
There are times. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Ooh, you've withered. That's not ideal. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Okay, let's go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Another achievement. Right, I think
You're on a path.
I'm
in
gonna
the
stop
woods.
here. I'm gonna
And
save. Yes. And I'm going to stop here because I'm getting very sleepy. I don't think I've got it in me for another run through. So, let's see who's around for streaming. Not streaming, raid. I mean, who is streaming that we can raid? Yeah, there were no showers and also no dads. Right, let's see. There's quite a few people playing things. Oh, okay, interesting. As in, other people have played it very differently to how I've played it. I might have to watch some other people play it, although that might be spoilers then. No one's playing anything similar to... Is anyone playing this? Let's see. Yes, someone is. I don't know how much longer they're going to be streaming for, but let's go join them. I spelled raid wrong. So Frosty should give us a raid message. So if you copy that, paste it when we get there. Go join them. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed tomorrow we'll be playing Sherlock. If my PlayStation decides to talk to my PC. If not, we'll carry on playing this, because that'll be fine. Similar time tomorrow. Yeah, let's go see how they're doing with Slay the Princess. So see you next time.